Hello entrepreneurs. Now I have another video where I talk about how everything is connected. Your money is all connected. Everything you do is connected to the next thing. Which is why if you are an entrepreneur and you are trying to make sure that your business is separate from your personal, you need to go find, like, watch, take notes of the 7 degrees of minimum separation you need to make sure that your business is separate from your personal. It doesn't just happen. Getting a LLC doesn't just do it. There are so many steps, and you must understand how everything is connected. Having said that, I've been doing also videos talking about money management. And you can't talk about money management without talking about budgeting. So, a lot of times, whenever I'm dealing with entrepreneurs and I bring them on for the first time, I always start with talking to them about their personal budget. Because the way you handle bills personally will direct and say a lot about how you will handle bills professionally. Because it doesn't just happen. I always tell people to think about their job. As entrepreneurs, if you work anywhere, you worked in corporate America, you had any kind of success, you got exposed to systems. And every company has a system. Even if you don't work in the office, let's talk about your payroll system. Take that system that you know how it works. You know that you have to record your time. There's somewhere you submit your time. There's a day that you submit it. You submit hours. Sometimes you clock out for lunch, sometimes you don't. And then because of that system and reporting on time, you receive a paycheck. In that same manner, when it comes to how you handle your bills personally as well as professionally, you must develop a system. Budgeting is a system of distributing your money. That's all it is. It's about how you receive it and how you distribute it. Often, we don't pay bills until you receive the money. So, in most cases, you know when you're going to pay the bill because you know when you get paid. That's a no-brainer. And most people think because of that they don't need any budgeting tips. But budgeting is so much more than that. Because often you'll hear people say that all I need to do is just make enough money to pay my bills. But we act like bills are created by somebody outside of us. You are the person that creates the bills. So you are the person in charge of the budget. Most people have no clue how much they spend and where they spend their money because they do not go back and they do not look at it. Rule number 1 when it comes to budgeting, make a list of everything that you spend. In other words, start with your rent or mortgage, your homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance, your utilities, your phone. Make a list of everything that you spend every month. If this was a business, we would call that overhead. But since we're talking personal, just all of your expenses, make a list. Look at it. It's one thing to know, it's one thing to pay it online and get it over with and see how much you have left so you can buy that cute outfit or buy some shoes. It's another thing to see that list. Once you look at it, you'll be surprised at how much, you may not know. You'll start looking at something different. Can I get streaming service instead of cable? Can I cut this out? How much am I spending on my phone bill? You'll start to look at it. Once you make that list, you total up how much you really have to spend in order to live. And then go and look at your bank statements because most of us get our checks direct deposit. Go back and see how much is deposited into your bank once a month from your job. Compare that list that you have along with how much you make, and that'll tell you where you're living and how far you are. And it gives you a foundation to start with. That's how you begin budgeting. Once you can look at everything, and if you know that you're not making enough to pay your bills, then you can stop kind of guessing or trying to act like, oh, next month is going to be better when your picture shows you that it's not. Only when you look at what you really have and what's really before you can you start to make decisions. Too often we make decisions going, well, I don't see it, but I'll figure it out. And that's where you start to have the mentality of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And if that's the way you start, and if that's the way you live, You're going to continue to do so until you make conscious decisions to get out of that mindset. You cannot talk about money management without talking about budgeting. You cannot talk about entrepreneurship and building a business, a real business that's going to live a legacy or make you the millionaire you want to be, without understanding budgeting and understanding your patterns and understanding your spending. It's all connected. Just like your money is all connected, just like at the end of the year, everything you do is going to flow back through your taxes. You're going to see these expenses again. In that same manner, however you spend your money, wherever you spend your money, you're going to see that again throughout your life. We've got to identify those patterns, and it starts with budgeting. Make that list, go back and see what you make, and let's start there. Do you make enough to sustain your lifestyle? If you don't, what can you cut? If you're already at the bare minimum, where can you add more money? That's how most entrepreneurs get started. What is it that you have in your hand that can help you to overcome your lack? It's been your girl, the Queen Bee, because I want to see you do business better. Bye-bye.